Hello everyone, welcome back to Teacup Tarot. My name is Reya, and this video today is specially about what messages you are meant to receive from Sai Baba. And along with Sai Baba, these are also messages from ICs, Archangel Michael and Archangel Chamuel. Okay, and of course I am taking prayer requests once again. So if there's somebody who has a specific prayer, don't forget to leave it in the comment section with your original name. Okay, because what happens is sometimes channel names are very different and they possibly cannot be real names. So if you want me to pray for you, please include a name so that the prayer actually can reach you. Otherwise, with the name that your channel has, the possibility really goes down. So of course you have 3 piles in front of you. Choose according to the feathers, and if you are called to listening to more than one pile, feel free to do that. Yeah, I'll also include the plates that are favorites with certain people and not so favorite with others, of course, but I have to include it for people who love them. And yeah, make your choice, and we'll start with pile 1. Hello, and if you've selected pile 1, these are the messages that you need to receive today from Sai Baba as well as Isis. Now, Isis is a very, very protective goddess, okay? In fact, if you are the kind of people who constantly suffer from evil eye, or if you are the kind of people who probably need protection, especially from enemies, she is the goddess to call on. Yeah, and especially if you develop a connection with her, she's a very, very benevolent goddess. Yeah, and since you've chosen her, then it's almost like she's asking you, what do you desire in your life? What do you want to manifest in your life? Make sure to have a strong intention towards your manifestation, but most importantly, you need to have a crystal clear vision of what you want in your life. No being like, okay, maybe I'm okay with this, maybe I'm okay with that. No. The real dream needs to be crystal clear. Even if you want a certain amount of money in your life, put a number. Okay, so be exact when it comes to asking for your dreams or whatever you want to manifest, and that intention will manifest very, very quickly when it comes to your life. Okay, that's something that she has to share with you. And remember this, Isis is a very unique goddess, and because you've drawn her, she is almost like asking you, what are you? Who are you? What are your desires? Where are you heading in your life? What is your truth? Okay, so it seems like you have a lot of clarification to seek within yourself. So if in the recent past you've had some confusion about what to do next, maybe it's time for you to sit down. And remember, be authentic, be brave, and be bold when it comes to pursuing your future. And in your life, it is always going to be this way, okay? You are probably going to be singled out as the odd one out. Maybe your dreams are very different. The kind of life you want for yourself is very different, and people don't understand it. And just because people don't understand it doesn't mean that it cannot happen or you cannot live out your destiny in that way. So if you have a life pattern you want to live it out without the necessary approval of others. And your job, pile 1, is to make sure you study. Okay, now I don't mean studying like, okay, I'm going to study tomorrow, I'm not going to study tomorrow, and I'm still going to be okay. No, you are supposed to be a very wise being. And when it comes to wise beings, just like this guy sitting in this whole library, they read a lot. They research a lot, they study a lot. So whichever area of work you pursue, you have to make sure that you have all the information about it. Okay? As much as you can, as much as you are capable of reaching. Yeah? That's important. And advanced study is necessary for you. Yeah? So even if right now you are in the life, it doesn't matter what your position is, even if you are already like the top boss, take up a course, pick up an extra hobby, pick up a book. That will help you a great deal in your life, because your job is actually to stand out just like Isis. And remember this, if you are very, very closely holding on to failures of the past, release that, because it is your present that will dictate your tomorrow. Even if you failed, or even if you were like a very mediocre person, it can change in a heartbeat. Destiny can happen in a heartbeat. Your fate can reach you in a heartbeat. And in fact, for you, pile one, I almost get a sense like you've not received your due, and your due is yet to come to you. So set your ambitions higher, have better expectations from yourself. Highest level expectations from yourself is what is coming through for you. And along with that, please make sure you're taking care of your body, especially if you are like not eating well, maybe you're not sleeping well, that has to be taken care of. Because if there's anything that we've been taught by this pandemic, it's that your body is important. A healthy body is important. So if you are not nourishing your temple, not eating the right kind of food, and maybe too much processed food or too much outside food, please make sure you're taking care. Okay, nourish your temple. Our body truly is a temple that needs to be taken care of. And remember this, you need friends in your life. Especially you need friends who love you deeply and you love them deeply. So whenever you are with your friends, please make sure you're 100% there. Or whoever you spend your time with, if you're spending time with a family member, make sure you are present in the conversation. Because these days what happens is, people are sitting with each other even in restaurants and they're busy on their cell phones. Yeah, that communication, that heart to heart connection has to be there. So when you're present with a person, be 100% physically present. Very important. And in the moment present, okay, not living in your head entirely too. Because what is important for you, your relationships are important. Because when you grow older, it is only your relationships which will be there for you. And make sure you're cultivating them. So cherish people who are there for you. Cherish people who choose up for you every single time. And come together with them. Value your relationships is also a message coming through for you. And see, life's challenges are not here to, destroy you, or life challenges are not to make you feel sad. They are here so that you grow as a soul. They are here so that you learn the lessons you're supposed to learn and then maybe teach it to others. Because you, Pile 1, are people who sort of hold a huge amount of impression on other people. Anybody you meet leaves feeling better, or who leaves inspired after meeting you. And as a result, maybe, life's challenges hit you harder. So you become wiser and you share that wisdom of yours with the world. You're like a teacher spirit is what I'm getting here. And remember this, especially in the next 6 months, use them very beautifully. And in fact, use it to, probably gain knowledge, or maybe for a couple of you, change a job, change a vocation. That is possible because your life is taking you in a specific direction. And you have to be brave enough to walk in that direction, because that direction is almost where fate is waiting for you. And it doesn't matter what age group you belong to. There can always be new dreams. So venture into the unknown with confidence without holding on the burden of the past on yourself. Live freely, Pile 1. You have to live freely and you have to be bold like Isis. Yeah? I'll give you messages from Baba. Let's see what Baba has to say. The more you seek me outside of you, the further I may seem. So especially for you, the way to find divinity is to look within. Yeah, just close your eyes and imagine the presence of divinity within you, in your own heart. God actually intended to place himself in your heart because he knew for sure that there are very few people who will actually search within themselves for divine. Whenever we think of divine, we always think about, divinity resides in a temple, divinity resides in a church, divinity resides in a mosque. No, it resides in you. Because when you pray from the heart, right? So obviously it starts from within. So don't seek him outside, he's within you. And in your life, you have to be patient. When you want something, when you want life to change, you have to be patient. Because it is only the ones who are truly patient and who believe consistently while being patient who are rewarded. Yeah? And Mother Earth. You are supposed to be serving Mother Earth in many ways. Of course, serving Mother Earth can happen in multiple fashions, You can actually be earth angels, like take care of environment, plant trees, that can happen. Or Mother Earth can also be taking care of her beings, birds, animals. Think about that. A service to these things, a service to Mother Earth and her beings, is service to God when it comes to you. Okay, and your job then becomes very easy, because giving water to birds is like the easiest thing, water to plants is like the easiest thing. Yeah, so do that. That is the service that is intended for you. And along with that, meditation. And what is meditation but seeking God within? So if you are the kind of people who are right now looking for God outside, you're going the wrong way. Look for him within, because he resides in you, in your heart. So in your meditation, focus on the heart. That is where your divinity will be found. Overall, these are the messages that you're supposed to be receiving from Sai Baba as well as Isis. And of course, as I wrap this up, I am going to be leaving you with nothing but my best wishes and all of my prayers for your future. I'll see you in my next one. Bye. Hello, and if you've selected pile 2, these are the messages that you are supposed to be receiving from Archangel Michael, and it's amazing that he's shown up. Let's see what he is here to tell you. Now, first of all, for you pile 2, whichever direction you are heading in, you need to have absolute amount of trust in that direction. If you've chosen a path for yourself, if you've chosen a career for yourself, you need to know 100% for sure that your path is that. Yeah, and remember this, if you are sort of worried about, are things going to be working right for you, are you going to do well, you have to have faith. If you believe that you are going to be succeeding, you're going to be succeeding. But if you have an iota of doubt that, maybe it's not going to happen, it's not going to happen. So it starts from within when it comes to you. And remember this, your path is that currently of a lone warrior. So remember, if you're studying, if you're working, trust yourself and do things on your own. Because if you have the habit of tagging people along with you at this point of time, it may not necessarily work in your favor. So it is great to have colleagues, it is great to have friends, but your job is to focus on your life alone. If you feel like you have any concerns relating to your health, relating to your life, relating to money, remember that Archangel Michael is present to protect you. And when he is a protector, nothing can reach you without your consent. So this talks about your thoughts. If you think you are safe, you are safe. And if you think that, maybe not, maybe not. So your thoughts need to be guarded very, very closely is what is coming through. Your journey is of the heart. Your journey is of love. So whichever thing you love, that is something that will work for you. If you have love for a person, that is your person. And your job is to leave every person you meet feeling love, feeling adored, feeling respected. Because your karma comes maximum from relationships. So whichever person you meet, you make sure you leave them better, or you leave them just as you met them. Don't create karma, because that karma then comes back to you. Just treat people with love, treat people with kindness and respect, and you will get that back when it comes to your life. You have to work harder, pile 2. And not only do you have to work harder, you have to work smarter is the message when it comes to you. Because your job is to be the best that you can be. Not as comparison to others, but just in comparison with yourself. So at this point of time, especially for those who are preparing for examination, you need to increase your efforts. Yeah, you need to increase the time duration that you're putting in when it comes to your work as well. And pay attention to details. It is your attention to details that will make you stand out as compared to others. Yeah, you have to focus. And remember this, your life is just getting started. Okay, you're just ready to blossom as an individual. Yeah, so when you're ready to blossom as an individual, you have to be patient with yourself. So you're really impatient and be like, why is this not coming to me? It will come to you when the timing is right. Okay, so make the best effort and be gentle with yourself. Yeah, please don't be harsh with yourself, especially don't judge yourself too much. Yeah, because that judgment really harms you because you're very, very sensitive. So take care of your sensitivities as well. Okay, and if somebody says something to you, just step away from it, and you are not defined by other people's opinion of you. It's something you have to know. Now, food is an area that is very important for you. So as much as you can, cook your own food. Yeah, because what happens is when it comes to cooking, the emotions of the person cooking is into it. And if a person is cooking it when they are very stressed or when they are unhappy, or maybe their thoughts are somewhere else, that is going to reflect in your food, and that food is then going to get into your body. So once again, eat healthy and cook it on your own. Even if this is one meal, you have to cook it with your hands, because once again, pile 2, you have the healing touch. So if you're trying to heal yourself, start with your food. Very important. And yes, faith will move mountains when it comes to you. So if you want miracles to happen in your life, you have to believe in those miracles. Because if you do not believe in those miracles, miracles only come to those who believe. Yeah? And know this, that everything will reach you when it is your time. Yeah? So please make sure that you have faith in it. And make sure to walk the journey of love. And breathe. Are you not resting? Are you not giving yourself time to just sit and relax and not do anything? See, what happens is these days people take cell phones everywhere, even in places that cell phones have absolutely no need. So what is happening, we are constantly engaged with the outside world, and which is why you don't have place to just calm down. And then if you're like thinking about why am I stressed all the time, it is because of your cell phone. So you really, really need to sort of detach yourself from it. I'm telling you, I have one cell phone when it comes to filming this video, and when it comes to my original cell phone, those are the ones that we had in older times. I'll probably, bring it and show you one day, where there is no access to social media, and that is the cell phone I carry with me. Yeah, because you cannot do anything there. You have those silly little games that I don't like to play. So, maybe you need to do that when it comes to life, so that your addiction with cell phone will probably be released, and you'll just have time to breathe and relax, and not to think about anything but your own beautiful life. Now make sure you're assessing your relationships. Yeah, and when it comes to relationships, you have to ensure that they are relationships where you give and you receive in equal patterns. And remember, you have to give and you have to get back as well. So sometimes if you feel like, I'm not getting anything back, maybe that's not the relationship for you. Very simply. And instead, focus on people who are always there for you, who actually want you in their life. Word of caution for you, pile 2. If you have a habit of sharing everything from your life, oversharing, especially when it comes to your future ideas. Oh, you know what? I'm going to be doing this. Oh, you know what? This is a project I've been working on, and that project has not even started. Please do not do that, because the evil eye is very real. And what happens is, especially for you when it comes to dreams, they're like so beautiful that they get inflicted with the evil eye very quickly. So any dreams you have, hold them close. And only when they have actually come to light, release it to the world. Yeah, please make sure you're guarding yourself and your dreams very closely. Okay, find the light within. Yes, for you, everything begins within, because you are like the warrior of the heart. And with the warrior of the heart, the journey is always inward. So, if you are in dark places, probably you are the light. So everything you need, you have it within you. You don't have to seek it outside, especially approval. Absolutely not. Live your dharma. Do the right thing. Once again, I told you, a lot of your karma comes from relationships. So especially when it comes to your karma, you have to be very, very careful. Yeah? Very careful. Do the right thing. Do the right thing in that moment, even if the other person is not behaving in a way that is right. Because your karma is fine and you are fine. That is all we are concerned about. Remain centered. Okay, so especially in the past, if you've read a book and that is an activity that makes you centered, go in that. Read books. If taking a walk in a park is what makes you centered, do that. So the question remains, what makes you feel calm? What makes you feel centered? If meditation is not your way, it is not your way. It's okay. But then what helps you is something you have to discover on your own. Dedicate to Sai. So any dreams of yours, if you really want to share it, make sure you give it to Sai. Okay, dedicate to Sai. And of course, especially for you, if you can do something on a Thursday for Sai, even something as simple as a flower or just a heartfelt gratitude, that will be enough. Because for you especially, I get a feeling like you need to make Sai a part of your life. And I'm so happy, now I have actually people staying in other countries who come and tell me that they've started to connect with Sai and they're feeling the miraculous presence of his in their life. And that is who Sai is. If you just call his name Sai, he'll be there for you. That is how simple he is. His devotion is actually the simplest. So just call his name and he will be there when it comes to you and your life. And forgiveness. Absolutely. Once again, when it comes to your karma, your relationship karma, you have to forgive a couple of people. See what happens, the karmic cycle doesn't come to an end unless there is forgiveness. See, you can forgive and you can forget. Simple. But if you're carrying on that grudge, the cycle is not complete, right? You cannot release that person from your life unless you forgive him. Maybe that is the reason why he came to your life to, maybe harm you in a way, and then you forgiving him so that you don't meet him lifetime after lifetime. And that is why forgiveness is important in a spiritual life. For people who've wronged you, forgive them so that you do not meet them again for the rest of your life. Very important. Alright, and these are the messages that you need to receive today wherever you are. And as always, as I wrap this up, I'm going to be leaving you with nothing but my best wishes for your future. I'll see you in my next one. Bye. Hello, and if you've selected pile 3, these are the messages that you need to receive from Archangel Chamuel and Sai Baba as well. Now, the simplest thing when it comes to you, if you are suffering from anything, or if you want anything, or you feel some area of your life is not going well, the simple thing that you can do, pick up any grain, okay, any food grain. This could be rice, this could be wheat, anything. Just mention in your heart that I am actually giving this amount of food as charity so that these problems of our mind will be eliminated. Yeah, and then just give out those food grains to birds. Or if you can actually feed a person, feed a person. Because for you, charity, by giving charity, sadka as we call it, is the surest way to get out of any problems. And along with that, prayer. People underestimate the value of donation, especially food donation. People who consistently donate food, most of their problems are taken care of. Yeah, so especially even things that are karmic in nature, food donation is the way forward. And in fact, there are a lot of charitable organizations in the world that actually require food. Orphanages, old age homes. If you cannot even do that, simple poor person on the street. But you have to give. You have to have that giving heart. Karna from Mahabharata is remembered even today because of his generosity. Like, he has the status of a hero because of his benevolent nature. That is the importance that charity has, and in your spiritual path, charity is foremost. Pile 3. And remember, when it comes to your life, when it comes to your work, focus is needed. Focused work, you cannot deviate your focus. Because I remember in the last reading, especially, you were very, very close to meeting your goal. But now, if you change course, if you are like that, okay, I'm going to go and do this now, that is not going to work. If you're revising, revise things that you've already done. Stay focused, very important. And see, what is going to happen is you are only going to get results of things that you work towards. So this comes to every aspect of your life. If you're giving in love, you're going to get love. If you're ignoring people, you're going to get ignored. If you're studying hard, you're going to be getting the results for that. It is only what you sow, you are going to be reaping. Once again, very strong Saturn energy is coming through. So right now, whatever is going to happen according to your own karma, my karma yogis. Yeah, but remember this, you have to be focused, of course, but you also have to take occasional breaks and do things that you enjoy. So if you want to watch a television show, watch a television show. If you want to, probably go out and catch a movie, go catch a movie. Go have that cup of coffee. Staying focused doesn't mean that you don't take breaks. It just means that whenever you're sitting and doing something, your focus is 100% on it. That is the way it is. And remember, you have to clear your energy field, okay? Now, especially for you, cleanliness is very important, especially in your surroundings. So if you see dust, you have to clean it. Yeah, because that dust then contributes to, harming your energy field. And please make sure as much as you can, you do things on your own right now. And burning sage, burning Palo Santo, absolutely crucial for you on your spiritual journey. Because what happens is, your aura gets affected very, very easily. When you're around people, your aura gets affected. So, maybe say some protective prayers, or maybe invite Archangel Michael to sort of protect you. And when you come back, take a cold water bath or Palo Santo sage will be great. But your energies are requiring protection. And understand this. If you are searching for love, if you're searching for your value, if you're searching for your worth, they will come to you from yourself, or they will come to you from God. If you base your worth on something external, on another person, on an examination, on an outcome when it comes to your office, the results are going to be less than satisfactory. See, you are worthy because you're born as a child of God. That is what makes you worthy. Your outward achievements are for the world. They are not for the divine. The divine knows you because the divine created you. And that is where your worth comes from. So remember this. If you seek love, seek divine love first. And then the love of the world. Because no matter what, people will always find flaws with you. That is the way people are, right? Because we as people have a tendency to judge others and find flaws in them. So why do you think others are not going to be doing that for you? Yeah. So make sure that the source of love for you, the source of worth for you is divine always. Yes. I'm not surprised at all. You have to take care of your heart chakra, okay? Maybe you are probably, hurt because of certain people in your life, or you feel like, love is complicated, or sometimes love makes you cry. See, the concept of love that you hold needs correction. Love is simple, love is kind, love is giving, and love is forgiving. That has to be your concept of love. If you define love on the basis of what you get, you are always going to be disappointed. You have to define love in terms of what you can give and on what God can give you. And remember this, every second of your lifetime, God is sending you nothing but love. And your heart chakra needs to be receptive to the love of the divine for it to be complete and beautifully functioning. Remain centered. Once again, remain focused. Remember this, for especially my friends who are students and who are attempting examination, try and meditate at least for 5 minutes before your examination begins. See, normally what happens when a person goes into an examination hall, they usually tend to talk here and there. But for you, sit quietly, center yourself, so that you're grounded in that divine energy, and then whatever you do will be beautiful. Yeah, don't forget it, okay? Because I know a lot of people are preparing for examinations. So I'm really giving you this. And for others who are watching me, remain centered every single moment. Mindfulness has to be the way forward for you. Yeah, so especially if anybody of you has any interest in Buddhism, go and look it up. Especially the meditative practices of Buddhists. That will really help you. And that will help you really center yourself. Yeah, because that is what's important. Meditation, calming down, important. Remember, your time is very, very precious. So at this point of time, every single moment, you have to ask yourself, how do I spend my time? Am I, using it for something that I'll be benefiting in the long term? Or am I just wasting it? Yeah, because right now for you, time is precious and mindfulness once again is going to be important. So sit down and think about yesterday. How did you spend yesterday? Was it spent really well, or was it, a waste of time? Yeah, because clearly you need to be focused. Very important. Spiritual growth. The path that you are walking on naturally is taking you towards spiritual growth and even your karmas. If you feel like something in your life is happening that is actually not right, it is something you did in the past that is coming towards you. And even the beautiful things that you're enjoying, it is because of good things that you did. So then you people are karma yogis. You have to focus on your karma. Yeah. Not only today, but always. Yes, yeah. Oh my God, I love it when this happens. In serving others, you serve me. That is what I was talking about. Food, a word of love, kindness. Yes, that is the way forward for you. Especially charity is the way forward for you. Generosity is the way forward for you. You have to be benevolent like the sun. You have to be giving like Mother Earth. Yeah, if you want to learn lessons in charity, sun and Mother Earth and water, the river is what will teach you the lessons that you're supposed to learn. You have to be giving, and that is your spiritual path. Flow with life. No resentments, no grudges. Yesterday is gone, it's gone. Today is what it is. What can you make of today? So if you spend wasting your time on things that are probably not necessary, then you have to really ask yourself to probably utilize your time in a better manner. Yeah, flow with life and value present, value your time. Very important. Personal growth. Pile 3, there is a lot you've done, but a lot remains for you is what is really, really coming through here, especially when it comes to your time and remaining centered. Yeah, so please don't waste your time, especially don't waste it on people who probably are not worth it. Reflection. Yes, I'm not surprised at all. I love how in alignment your reading is today. Reflection is what is needed as to how you're spending your time, what karma you've done that you're reaping today, and what karma you can do that will make your tomorrow better. That is what you need to be thinking about. Overall, that is what I'm going to be leaving you here with. All of my best wishes and blessings. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.